What's happening, everyone? In today's video I'm going to be starting off a new kind of series, feature, whatever you want to call it on my channel, where I talk you through my clients' transformations. At the end of the day, I've always said I am a coach and I always want to put what I do with my clients and my team at the forefront of my social media. And as well as showing them off, this is going to give you a little bit more of an insight into my coaching process, and then hopefully there's going to be a few things that you can learn and take with you for your own journey. So I'm going to start off with probably my most talked about client transformation for obvious reasons, which is my client Victor, who went from looking like this to looking like this after 7 weeks, and then looked like this after 14 weeks. So to give you a little bit of kind of Victor's background and what he was struggling with, Victor had trained on and off for years. He had one good period where he got himself in pretty decent shape, but it just never really lasted. The rest of the time was just kind of spent treading water, sometimes going to the gym, not very often, and not following a plan, just kind of going in and just doing whatever. So Victor came to me because he genuinely does want to be in good shape, but he just struggles to push himself to have that consistency of actually going and doing the training. And he also needed a training plan that would get him great results in a relatively small amount of time, because Victor has his own business, which is Pigs, a Spanish wine bar on the Royal Mile in Edinburgh, and if you haven't been, go, because you're missing out big time. So being a business owner, there's always stuff going on and he's always got a lot of work on, so he was pretty time restricted. And I suppose that was all underwritten by just his general motivation, and Victor's motivation struggles wasn't when he was actually in the gym, because when he's in the gym you cannot fault him, he works his arse off, and it was turning up that was the hard part. And then what also played on his mind as well is because he didn't have massive amounts of time, he didn't think he could get results, and that would demotivate him more. Now, how we trained. We done 3 sessions a week, and those were 3 full body sessions, with each session lasting around about an hour. If you are doing 3 days a week in the gym, I think the best way to split it up is by doing full body sessions, because that's going to allow you to hit each muscle group multiple times a week, and then it's also going to give you good amounts of rest in between each session, so you're always going to be getting quality work. And the general setup of each session was 1 exercise per body part each day. We didn't do any fancy complicated exercises, we stuck to the basics that we know works, and over and above all, we made sure that the effort and intensity was kept high. Well, we're doing around 4 or 5 sets. We're doing around 4 or 5 sets per exercise, and in terms of our rep ranges, we probably didn't go much lower than 6 reps and then went up as high as kind of 10 and 12, and then maybe even a little bit higher if we were doing a finisher. And we always made sure just to do a little bit more than we did last time, i.e. progressive overload. And we had to make sure we were doing this consistently, which wasn't always easy, but because Victor had me behind him, he was able to keep up that consistency and do better quality work than he would have if he was doing it on his own. Now, nutrition. So, I didn't actually give Victor much direction when it came to his nutrition. And that's because implementing the training alongside his busy work schedule, he found it just quite overwhelming. So I just loosely monitored him and set him small goals, such as making sure he was getting in enough protein. And I just had to look at him and say, yep, you're getting stronger, yep, you're carrying more muscle and not putting on any body fat, yep, you're saying it's the best you've ever felt. So what we were doing was quite clearly working, so there wasn't much point in me tinkering too much more with it, just in case it kind of got a bit too much and counterproductive. And that's what actual coaching is. Like, anybody can just, tell you to go and track your food and set you macro targets to hit. But being a coach is knowing what is best for each individual person and making it work and getting results from that. So where are we at now and where are we going to go from here? So we went from around 73 kilos to 80 kilos body weight, and a big part of the reason why Victor was able to gain so much lean muscle and not put on any body fat at all is genetically because he is a lucky bastard, and that is obviously along with his hard work. And we're probably at a point now that for us to keep gaining muscle at the same rate, we would have to start putting on a little bit of excess body fat, which is totally fine. But because we are now getting into summer and Victor does have a lot of big holidays planned, Ocean Beach, watch out, we're just going to maintain where we are for the time being, and then we'll just slowly cut down to get him shredded for his holidays. And by doing it as slow as possible, not only is it going to make sure he holds on to all his muscle, it's actually going to give him the best chance possible to keep building muscle as we drop. And there we have it. That is Victor's story so far, and we've got plenty growing left to do, and I'm looking forward to getting him in even better shape going into this summer and then beyond. My coaching inquiry form is in the description below, and if you want to get in the shape of your life like Victor, please don't hesitate to fill that out, and that be whether you're looking for a one-to-one coach or an online coach. I'll make sure to get you sorted either way. Social media and all that stuff is in the bio as well, and please don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe. It's absolutely free and it costs you nothing, so it's just basically charity work, so you're getting to do a free bit of charity, so that's your good deed done for today. And then other than that, I will see you in the next video.